Hello everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm Pamela Pick, and the voice you're hearing in the background is my husband, Bill Pick.
Are we live? We are live.
Are we? Good. I gotta do a little cleaning on this stamp. I'm looking at it thinking that's got a couple of ink spots left on it. So,
Got 8 spots.
come on in everyone. Bill, I'm gonna have you...
I'm not in yet.
Oh, you're not in there? Okay.
No, I'm in.
Let me stand up and see if I can see some people.
Mary Jo's on. Hello,
Hi, Mary Jo. Hi, Jackie. I can see a couple people because I recognize their photo, but I haven't seen anyone yet. So, say hello. Let us know where you're from, especially if you're new. Be sure to like and follow us. You can follow us here on Facebook, but you can also follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. Where else are we? Those are the main ones, right? Okay. So, am I straight? It looks like I'm crooked.
Looks like you're a little crooked.
Which way do I need to go to straighten out? This way?
The other way. There you go. Right there.
Right where?
Right there.
Is that good enough?
Yep.
Good enough. Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to put this aside for now. These were the cards that we made last week. I still think this chicken cracks me up. I guess it's a rooster, isn't it?
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. Chuckles. Isn't that what you called him?
Chuckles.
So we've got something. You've got something to crow about. It's your birthday. Izzy, have a seat, girl. Come on in. So, each week when you share this video to your wall, then you get your name put in for the drawing. And so I have a little ticket thing here, and I put everybody's name in, and there was quite a few. I was surprised at how many off of YouTube were sharing too this time. So, definitely let me know. And Bill, you want to do the drawing?
Okay. I got 2 of them.
Okay, what'd you get?
Carmen Peterson.
All right, Carmen.
All right.
Thank you so much for sharing again.
And Mary Jo McCormick. McCulloch.
Sorry, my
2 weeks.
handwriting. That is, she did win last week, didn't she?
That's right.
Well, Mary Jo, congratulations again.
Woo!
You must have had sticky fingers for her, huh? Okay.
And she loves the crazy check cards. So.
I know, that's so cute.
You're getting it.
Yes, you are getting it. So, I've got the world's easiest fun fold, so I've added some tips and tricks into this because this really seriously is one fold for this fun fold.
It's a one fold fun fold.
One fold fun fold. You're having a good
One
time
fold,
with that, aren't
fold.
you?
One fold fun fold.
So we're going to be using the Timeless Charm. Now this is a, it has die cuts and it has the stamp set.
That one's not out yet, though.
No, this is not out, so I'm giving you kind of a sneak peek. So, can you stop her? We've got a dog who's a little allergic today. And by the way, let me just say, if you hear Bill cough, he's not got a cold. It's the smoke in the air. It's choking him. But this is a red rubber stamp set. This is going to be on the online exclusives next month, but I don't think it's released until the 6th. Is it the 6th?
Like that.
Yeah, the 6th. So, it's called Timeless Charm. And basically, if you want my opinion on this, this is kind of an anytime stamp set. I love it. You could put any sentiment with this. This could be masculine and feminine, depending on how you use some of the greenery or some of the watercolor marks. I guess that's what you call these, watercolor splotches. So you do save 10% if you buy them together, and every little bit right now I think is a good thing to have. I'm going to be using, so I participate in my own paper shares. Right now we just happen to have a paper sale going on, and one of the papers that I'm going to be using is this Masterfully Made. It is a 12 by 12.
It's only till Friday night.
Yeah, that's true, Bill. It's only until Friday that this sale ends, on Friday night this week. So this Friday, so 2 days. So I ended up having to get myself more. When I do these paper shares, it lets me know which paper I really love. And so as you see, I just have this because on Tuesday, my case card I used to make this card, which was just a very simple case from the catalog. And I love this paper. It is so pretty. I am not a blue person, but I think for those of you who followed me for any amount of time now know, with my house being blue and green everywhere, it seems like I'm turning into more of a blue person. But this is called the Azure Afternoon, and mixed with the Berry Burst and the Pretty Peacock. I had to think of what this was. Azure.
Azure.
Like azure.
Oh, azure is the juice.
You're goofy. Anyway, so I use this paper, but what's really cool about it is tonight I'm going to use this side of the paper, which is the Pretty Peacock and the Lost Lagoon, which I love these kind of blue-green colors. I think they're very pretty. In fact, I did a test because everyone wanted to know what color my office is, and it's actually Lost Lagoon. It's the closest to Lost Lagoon. I know I'm a Bermuda Bay, which is a lot brighter, but anyway, so we're going to use this paper, and I wanted to show you that, the Masterfully Made. And then I'm going to put that over here with that new set that's coming out. So let's just start off, and let's start off with pulling out the stamp pack. So when I say this is the easiest, this is the easiest. You are going to need a paper trimmer. I like ours the best, but any paper trimmer will, a guillotine is not going to work for this. So using that DSP, I cut this at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 for the DSP. Okay. You're going to need 2 pieces of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. And then, of course, your base, a scrap piece of Melon Mambo. And then I've already run these through the die cut, and I put them in a little thing. These are some leaf dies that I did in Lemon Lime Twist. So let's start off with these pieces. So one you can set aside right away. We'll pull that out in a minute. You're also going to need a little, you can use a 1 foot, but I like these little clear ones when I'm doing stuff. I've got a couple of these. If you were in my Celebration Appreciation one year, these weren't in that. But I want to start on the top. I'm also going to need a pencil. And I'm going to measure from the top of my basic white on the 4-inch side down 2 inches. So you're just going to put a little tick mark, 2 inches. Okay? And then on the DSP, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go down from the top, line that up, and just go down 2 inches. Am I in the camera?
You are.
Good? Okay.
Going down from the top 2 inches.
And then I want to, what did I do with my, here we go. I want to score this at 4 1/4. This is Pretty Peacock. I got to get used to all these new colors again. Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to I don't think my paper was exactly cut straight. It's like just a little 1/16 of an inch or something kind of off here. But I'll fix it. You guys know I'll fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate that when you get something and it's just like, just a smidge? So we'll just take a smidge off. And this is why I love this trimmer. Look at that. And I've been using that same blade for a while now, so that really did awesome. Okay, then on this, whatever is going to be your front side, and I'm going to do this as my front side, I want to do the same exact thing. So from the top, 2 inches. So 2 inches down on all of these. And since I'm sitting back here, I got to make sure that I've got that pretty well lined up. Okay, use pencil so that you can erase when you're done. Now bringing your paper trimmer back in, we want to use the score tool on this.
Score tool?
The score tool. So I want to go from the center here, and I want to line it up with that little 2-inch tick mark the best I can. Okay. And I'm going to do that. Okay. So that's it for the fun fold right there. Now, while we've got this out, I want to do the same thing, put the score tool away, and we're going to use the trimmer now this time. So I'm going to line up the end. Let me find that little tick mark. There it is. And line up the corner or the very tip of that to the end here. Okay. Do not throw this. And then the same again, my little tick mark to the opposite side where the tip is into that little tick mark, and we're going to cut it. Okay. Do not throw that. Pretty easy, right? So I've just done some paper cutting and one little score. So obviously this is going to go here. I'm going to start off with just making sure that I've got any little, just going to erase the tick marks that I made. Is that what they're called, Bill?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then we're just going to adhere this down, and I like to use,
Look at the back of that paper.
that was the front side of this. Were you listening? Oh,
know.
okay. I like to use the green glue because this is only, this is 4 inches this way by 5 1/4, and this is 1/8 inch difference. So it's very tight, and I want to be sure that I have a little bit of wiggle room. And notice I'm leaving like 1/4 inch of that small bead of glue so that I don't get glue all over everything, which I always tend to do when I'm on camera anyway. I think it's a little harder doing it on camera than it is doing it in person when you're just doing it yourself. Okay, so just got a little bitty edge here. Okay, like so. Now, bring in this. We're going to fold this over and just score that down. Okay. It makes sense so far, right? When I said it's the easiest fun fold in the world, we're just going to adhere that on here. And I know some people could probably question if it really is the easiest, but I think it's pretty easy. It only has one fold.
But it's still fun fold.
It's still fun, right?
That's right.
Okay, so we'll just put this in here. Kind of center it around.
And
Okay.
this paper's on sale till Friday.
Yes, this particular DSP that I'm using is on sale. There's like 13 papers that are on sale.
13.
Now, you can do a couple of things. I myself am just going to glue this. I would love to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, but since the move, it is one of the items that's missing. I have Stampin' Seal, but it doesn't hold as good as the Stampin' Seal Plus. So I'm going to go ahead and use the liquid glue because this holds through a hurricane. I shouldn't say that. Is there still a hurricane down south?
No.
Or did it go by?
It's over.
It's over. Okay, good. But it holds really well. And there. See, I told you. I muck it up every time. But that's going to hold that down and in place now. So for the inside, I want to bring in, let's see, I need a scrap piece of paper. So I'm going to bring in another 4 by 5 1/4 piece, and let's do a little bit of stamping here. I told you, don't throw this away. This is cut 1/8 of an inch shorter than what the white was. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just put that right up here at the top for decoration. Why waste it, right?
That's so cool.
Yeah, thanks. So Izzy finally calmed down, I see, but she is snoring now. Itching to snoring. Scratching. So we're going to start and just put this on here because I want to see where that's going to lay. Okay, just a really little border here. And then let's do a little stamping while we're here. Okay, so first little tip is going to be, I'm going to take this piece of paper also, one thing at a time. We'll do this first. And I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock ink pad. And on the stamp set, there is this image. And so I'm going to ink this up and I'm going to stamp half on my image and half off. And I'm going to do it down in this corner. Kind of like that. Just something quick and simple.
Kind of cute.
You like that?
That's really cute.
You like it? Then with Melon Mambo. So I don't use a lot of Melon Mambo. And I'm trying, this time I'm going to try to use colors that are not so, what's the word I want to use? I use not very often. Okay, so this is a little trick, especially if you're new. You can use a Post-it note. I'm going to use tape because I think Posties are kind of getting expensive. And so I'm going to throw a little Scotch tape down here because I just want the floral image. I don't want the greenery because I've stamped this greenery. And so I'm going to put this down like so on the image. Then I can ink up, pull this off. Do not stick your hands in it. And I can stamp on this paper right here. So I'm going to do like that, and I'll do like that. So I just get a little bit of that flower.
So awesome.
Kind of all tussled together in there. I'll set that. Thanks, Bill. You're awfully supportive today.
Over here holding Izzy so she doesn't itch.
Oh, that's why she's snoring. She's being rocked to sleep over there. So then we'll glue this on the inside of our project. I told you this was a simple card.
Yeah,
So newbies,
one fold.
yeah. New, if you're starting off new, now you wouldn't have to do, just need one DSP, a color of cardstock, couple inks. Okay, now this piece. So this is this way, and our piece flipped down. So we need to flip it the other direction. But because when we did it, it had that extra length, we're gonna pull our trimmer back. So we're gonna use just about every bit of the DSP and almost all of the white. So I just need like 1/8 of an inch trim down on this. Here's my next tip. I told you I was going to be giving you some tips. So when you need just such a small amount, I'm going to put it here. Here's my 1/4 inch. You could do it the other way too if you want, if that's easier. My 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do like about 1/8 of an inch here. When you have something like this, get yourself some washi tape. And it's easier for me. I'm going to go this direction. I'm just right-handed. So I'm going to line this up with the corner of, I don't know how well it shows on camera, but to like the 1/8 inch mark. And if it's easier to come down, but just make sure that it's straight if you're going the direction I am. Use that washi tape to hold those awkward pieces. That way when you're coming through, and I want to measure twice here. Yep, I have it. When you're coming here to cut such a fine little piece like this, and that's just kind of a fine little piece, it holds it in place. Use that washi tape or Post-it note or whatever. I use my washi tape over and over and over again before I throw it. Okay, so before I hook this on here, let's do a little stamping on this piece. So in that set, there is a happy birthday, my dear. And so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to do it in the Memento. This is the Tuxedo Black ink. And what I want to do, first of all, is make sure that I have my stamp right side up and that I am getting the angle. You can put the stickers on if that helps you. For me, it doesn't. Okay, so I did have my angle the way I wanted it. I'm going to pull this off of that white background so you can see. Line it up with my grid paper. I love our grid paper, so that I know that it's straight on there. I'm going to have to stand, and then I want to go more to the right. So small stamp, small pressure, but give it a minute for that ink to transfer. Don't rock it. There you go. If you rock it, sometimes you end up getting, when you have such fine stamps, you end up getting like a halo effect. So we've got that. Now let's take that piece, and that should fit right in here. Nice. So let's adhere this down. It's more about cutting paper with this than it is the actual folding part. That's why I thought it was so easy. Okay. Put that down on the edge. Okay, so we're going to set this aside now because we've got the base of this. Isn't that neat? So cute. Base. Isn't that cool?
I like it.
I do too. So let's take that piece of Melon Mambo, and I'm going to pull out the Stampin' Cut Emboss Mini, and I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put it on this side. I like to put the silicone sheet because it helps hold it in place. So, next tip for you guys. This is something, I think we got it at Harbor Freight. It has a magnet, as you can see on the bottom. And so, a little tip, this thing has some really small dies. Now, I have lost some dies. I actually have one residing right now in my large Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. That was a little one that got rolled in and under. So, now on, I use this to hold my dies. So, I have already pre-cut these two smaller dies, but I put them in this packaging so that these are the leaves, and this is in Lemon Lime Twist. But I saved this one. This stamp set comes with an individual, you can see it here, and it has different kind of greenery and leaf, and you can stamp and cut each one of these out too. But I wanted the bigger one because this is kind of a middle size, and so to get that, it also has that image. But they have one like this, and it has like a bud on here, and I wanted that. So, you want to do the method of like an E, like we talked about. You want to stagger the plates so that when you're looking at it from the side, let's see, I don't know which way the camera is going to show, but it's like an E, like a capital E, to put them through. So I'm going to lay the base plate and one acrylic plate down, staggered. And then I'm going to put my Melon Mambo down and my die cut. And then I'm going to put the next plate on top. like so. I'm giving this a push till it makes that handle. See how that handle moves? That way I know it's in there. Then I can take my hand and just run this straight through. It takes just a little bit more pressure on these minis just because it's a smaller machine, so it's got a small base. But if you have a small little area, that can be quite helpful. Okay, so here's what it comes out with. And you can pop these middle pieces out if you want to, or you can leave them in. It just depends on what you like. I want mine out. So that's what the piece, yeah, that's what the piece looks like. Okay, let me put this away. But I'm going to cut it apart. You're like, what? I really just want the big flower on this. Yep. And I want just a little bit of this stem, but I don't want a pink.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So this is what I'm going to use to decorate here. So I'm going to put this, so I don't lose it, back into my plate. And then I'm going to pull out these little pieces, and I don't know which ones I'm going to use, but we'll just pull them all out. I did 2 because I tend to lose them. Thanks, Bill.
Yep.
Okay, so then this is...
War up there in Waterloo had tons of them.
Yeah, it did. He's not even lying. When we pulled back the stuff, there was a lot of these little pieces. Okay, anyway... so I want to kind of lay out what I'm looking for here. And I know I'm going to be using my mini glue dots, so I'm going to take those and we'll start. And I think that what I'm going to do is kind of like this, where it's kind of coming off, and then I'll probably have one coming off. Now these are 2 different ones, so let me show you. There's like a leaf one, and then I'm not sure what that is. But tell me if that focuses, if they can see it.
It is in focus, and it looks good.
It is in focus, or it isn't?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay. If you guys see this, this is what boxes do when you're moving. So, there's 2 different ones
Only
here.
when you're cutting them apart.
Yeah. They were fighting me. We had some pretty big boxes. All right, where's my take your pick tool? I'm going to use the little picky end here. Now that I'm getting used to this, you guys, I'm really liking it. So I guess this one is going to kind of live right there. And then let's use this other one. Let's see, if I'm going to have this, I'll have that going off the other end. So I'm going to take this and put it right there. And then this tool, let's see, I'll have it going like that. There we go. All right, and I'm going to grab a mini dimensional, just the mini one. That's about all that's going to fit on that intersection there. We're going to pop this one up right here. And let's bend that up a little bit. Like that, you think, Bill?
Yep.
Okay, so let's put that. Ooh, we bring in the bright. We're bringing the bright. So... let's take this one, and this one just has that little bitty edge. So I'm going to use that picky tool to kind of roll this up and around that. And let's see if I can, well, if I can do it without ripping it. Let's get this under here somewhere. I want it kind of coming up, I think. What do you think? You think like that?
Good.
Okay, like that. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just use this one. Hey, I didn't lose any this time. I'll use...
No, but you threw one away.
Well, I'll use it for later.
Okay.
If that makes you happy.
It's in the garbage can.
It's in the garbage can. And I'm going to stick this in here beside this one. And I may turn that after I get it up into position. There we go. There we go. I'll turn that
That
like
is
so.
so awesome.
You like it?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So we've got that. So we've done a little stamping. We've done a little die cutting. We did one fun fold. We did a little cutting. I've had a few tips in here. Let's do, how about a little ribbon? So this is our bordered ribbon. It is in the Lost Lagoon, which goes perfect with this paper. And I think this is that's a 1/4 inch, just in case anyone's asking. It's very soft and it is kind of like a linen type feel. So I'm gonna start just a little bit bigger. I get questions on this all the time. I start with making the little loop, I come around, and when I get up to this point, I make another little loop and come through, just like when you're tying your shoes, you know. But if you get it directional, then, are there any questions or anything, Bill?
I haven't seen any.
Any questions,
They
Guy?
like it. I love it.
Good. Good, good. So let's just get a small little bow. I don't need a great ginormous one, just a little one here.
They really like the new colors.
I know. I thought the end of my world would happen when I lost Bermuda Bay, but I have a stash for one and a lot of re-inkers for two. And secondly, I'm actually liking this Lost Lagoon and this Pretty Peacock. I got to get used to saying that again.
Because it's back.
It's back, yeah. I'm going to do just a little shorter on this one. There we go. So I made a teeny tiny little bow with the Lost Lagoon. Got to get used to the names. And let's do a glue dot here. And I think I'm going to put this right on this edge. Do I like it there? Maybe. Yeah, I do. Okay. Now, have you guys seen all of the new embellishments? Let me just say, I think we're going to really cornering the market on embellishments. We're getting pretty good at some of these. I think they're really pretty. So this one is the Adhesive Back Trio, the Adhesive Back Sequin Trio. We have the pearl sequins, adhesive back sequins. That, what are they called? Iridescent?
Iridescent one.
No, they're, what are they called? I gotta think now. Pastel adhesive back sequins. So pastel. And then they have these, which is Pretty Peacock right there. And it's not Melon Mambo, but I love how our stuff can kind of go together. So this could do one of our pinks easily enough. And it's going to do a hot pink in this case. And then they have like these iridescent ones. So I just got to get my hands in here.
Say, are you getting them out of there?
I was struggling. And I'm going to bring my little take your pick tool. And I like the pokey side. That's just my comfort zone. So I want, let's see, what do I want? Let's do a large one.
Well, howdy from Texas.
Kind of right there. And let's do a large pink one too. Oops, that one kind of popped off of my edge there. And let's put that there. And let's do a smaller one. Let's go there. And is there enough room for a small pink maybe down here? Maybe right there. And what about another peacock? We'll do 3 peacock and I'll do it right here. The reason why I really wanted to choose these so I've got 5, so it's uneven. They say an uneven number is aesthetically pleasing. I just like to use the word aesthetic as much as I can. Never get to use that word. So, what I like about the sequins is it gives a little bit of shimmer when you need some shimmer, but yet it mails nice and flat. So I love them. You don't need to have anything kind of special in there. I may put this right back here. Maybe I'll go back. I can't determine what I like. So Isn't that cute? Now here's the thing. Here's another one.
Woo!
Adorable. I think it's just so adorable. This is just the easiest fun fold I could think of. I know that I try to do either technique or something on Wednesdays. I haven't got back to, we're still trying to find things, so I haven't gotten into doing my parfaits, although I'm getting ready to add that next. So, or something. Maybe I'll start doing videos. I don't know. But if you would like to win this card next week, next Wednesday night, all you have to do is share my video. Share my video to your wall and your name gets put into the drawing for next week at the beginning of my show. So be sure to like and follow us if you haven't. Let me tell you some of the specials. Right now I have a summer sampler pack. This is my special. This isn't a Stampin' Up special. So everyone knows that you earn perks rewards after every $35 purchase with me. So on top of the perks, if you do an $80 purchase, I'm going to give you a DSP sampler pack. And actually, this paper that I'm using is some from that sampler pack. Now, they're just going to be a sampler pack, so it's a 4x6 piece of DSP, but it's not just one. It is a 4x6 of the pack. So it's like 1/6 of a pack of paper. So it'll have 12 sheets in it for an $80 purchase. And that's before tax and shipping. But for a $100 purchase, I'm going to add a pack of embellishments. And I just got a bunch of embellishments today. Have you guys seen these? These are the 2022-2024 in color pearls. I don't know how well this shows on camera, but these are very pearlescent and so awesome. So, in fact, do you know if Beverly Folks on here? Your pack just went out today because she earned the whole thing. So, and if you, so that's a $100 purchase, which will give you, for an $80 purchase, you'll get 2 perks rewards that you can use as kind of like cash with me. And then, or 100 would still give you 2, but if you do 105, you're going to get 3 perks rewards on top of this. So it is a win-win situation. Now that is just my special. That's not through Stampin' Up. Through the end of June, which is this Friday, and here's that paper, there are 13 paper packs that you can get at a 15% discount. So that is something pretty awesome that you can get on top of that. If I haven't talked about the deal to join, let me just tell you, you do not have to do what I do. You don't have to sell anyone. You don't have to, all you have to do is buy your products at a discount. And this is the time to join. This is only until Friday too then, because this ends at the end of the month. For $99, Stampin' Up! Will pay the shipping to send you $155 of your own. The shipping alone is like $17.05.
Wow.
So that
That's
makes
awesome.
it really worth it. You never have to do another thing with it, but you can join and stock your stamp room.
Can you get a cut and emboss machine?
You could get the mini like I just used, or you could get the full size and still have product left over, or money left over to spend on product. So this is a way good deal if you want to stock your stamp room. Now, if you want to purchase any of the products that I showed you tonight, you can purchase the DSP, the paper, the embellishments, but the actual die cut and stamp set is not available until the 6th of July. So that becomes available the 6th of July. But anything else you can purchase from now until then, and that is just by pushing the Stamp Now button. If this is the current host code, and that's going to stay the host code until probably the 6th of July. But if it's under $149.99, please use this host code. You get your perks rewards, plus depending on the level of what you purchased, you can earn things from me and from Stampin' Up! With the 15% on that DSP. Were there any questions, Bill?
I haven't seen any.
Okay. Were there any comments you needed to
They
make?
love the card.
Okay. All right. Well,
And France is going to case it.
oh, France, I hope you do. So, okay, you guys, I will be back here next week, 7 p.m. Central Time. Have a good evening. Thanks for letting us join you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.